Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 90 Days to 1 Millionaire Challenge. This is a call to all members of the Celebrant Society to stop thinking, stop waiting, and actually start doing. We're going to have an exciting next 90 days starting today, and the goal is to actually help you implement the things that I've taught here and there in the group since we started on January 1st, 2016. Today is August 2nd, 2017. That's about 19 months since we started the group. And I wanted to bring you guys a ton of value to help you actually get started doing, because I understand that for a lot of people the issue is that they don't find a way to get started. I have had those kind of issues myself, especially when I was starting out in 2003. In fact, for the first 4 years of my career online, I failed. So, and I failed as a result of actually not doing stuff. So, the goal of this challenge is to help every single person who actually joins the challenge to have something to work towards every day, and then that something is going to help them, realistically earn a millionaire over the next 90 days. Now, this contest is going to end in 90 days time, but actually ends officially when I hit a millionaire with the idea in profits, of course, with the idea that I'm going to be working on and which I'm going to be sharing with you in the coming days. All right. I'm still going to continue working on it for the remainder of the 90 days to see ultimately how much it ends ultimately at the end of 90 days. Okay, I want to use this to show you guys what is possible and to show you that if you have focused efforts and you have daily goals that you work towards each and every day, you guys are going to see that you are going to make a whole lot more progress. Okay, so who am I? I'm going to introduce myself again. My name is Ronald Ikenna Nzimora. I'm the CEO of Profit Marketing Systems Limited, co-founder of Digital Nexus Interactive. These are boutique communication firms, marketing communication firms, and we operate on the digital space. We help companies create advertising, create marketing that works online. Okay, so I actually got started online in November 2003 when a friend of mine, John Ugoji, he's from Oji in Owerri. So if you're from Imo State, you should have an idea where Oji is. Okay, and he showed me a book called Google Cash, and it was by Chris Carpenter, and where we we go online, read this book, and then we found out that somebody had actually bought the book. We were in school then, and we borrowed it and we flipped through and we read this, and then it was so fascinating that you could go online and make money. And we were like, whoa, man, we need to do this. We need to do this, and it basically put me on a quest to figure out this whole online business thing. Now I failed for the first 4 years from November 2003. I actually discovered Google. I think I discovered Google Cash before November 2003, but I like saying that I started online in November 2003 because that was when I really started getting really, really serious about it. And then I read my first edition of Success Digest in November 2003. I actually remember buying it, and it had the co-founder of Tantalizers on the cover. So for the next 4 years, I failed until November 2007. I made my first $2,000 online in November 2007. I was selling an ebook, a motivational book for that matter. I was selling it in online in by November 2007. I made $2,000. I promptly spent most of it and I lost the rest, to issues. Okay, so I went from zero to $2,000 and then back to zero. Okay, so again in 2000, in May 2008, with only 916 naira in my pocket, less than 1,000, I kick-started again. But this time I decided, you know what, I'm just going to sell to people in Nigeria, go local. And my first day burning and selling CDs, I made 48,000 my first day of starting again. And, success kick-started. By 2010, I decided to go into marketing consulting and focus only on businesses, and we have since 2010 we have made millions and tens of millions of dollars for ourselves every year, and we've sold billions and billions of products, billions and billions of naira worth of products. In fact, in the last 1 year, we sold over 5 billion naira worth of products for our clients. Okay, so that's it. So this is day one, all right? So day one of the 90-day challenge, and we are going to rock and roll. So basically, what we're going to do on day one is to go over some things, go over some, do some initial house cleansing. Okay, everybody gets set for what's going to come in. We're going to actually have some of the meat in today's video, and that's it. So let's get started. All right. Oh boy. Okay, I think I mixed up my my slides. All right. So why the 90-day to 1 million naira challenge? The reason for 90 days and the reason for what a million naira is that it is measurable. It is a measurable goal. One thing I've learned in my life is it's really, really hard for you to achieve anything of substantial value if you don't have something to look forward to, if you don't have a goal you're working towards to, if you don't have something that you're going towards. So 90 days is measurable, a million naira is measurable. So the goal is to make a million naira in 90 days. My mission is to help every single one of you win. And to win, you need four things actually. Okay, you need the right attitude, you need the right education, you need the right tools, and then you need the right business model. So I'm going to cover a little bit of each of those. So the right attitude is you've got to believe that you deserve success. See, a lot of people think the worst of themselves. A lot of people think that woe is they think woe is me, who am I for good things to happen in my life. They may not be saying it, but they are thinking it. They have internalized it. Maybe people have been telling them that they are nothing all their lives and they have come to believe it. So no matter how hard they try, no matter what they do, it almost always never works. Okay, so you need to have the right attitude. You need to believe that you are deserving of success. You need to believe that you can make things change for yourself. Now that's one part of it. Now the next part of it is you need to completely believe that only you have the power to change things for yourself. Not your daddy, not your mommy, not some distant uncle, not some auntie, not your friend, not Ronald and Zimara, not the celebrant society. If you are going to succeed, if you are going to be a success in business, you have to do it by yourself. It is going to be out of your own effort. You have to you have to go out and do. You have to go out and work. You have to do that. Otherwise, you're not going to make anything out of your life. And this is the truth. You have to take 100% responsibility for yourself and for your results. 100% responsibility. Okay. So once you understand these things, the next the next thing you also need to understand on the attitude angle is that you have to give before you get. Okay, with this challenge is free, of course. Okay, I know that I have an offer attached to it, but but you don't have to take that offer, you know, to be on the challenge. So the challenge is free. All right. So, but the important thing I need you to get is that in the world of business, in life, everything that you do, you have to understand that you have to give before you get. So have that as part of your daily routine, that you have to be incredibly like Mayo Kun, like Catherine or Mayo Kun said. I just read her post earlier. She said you have to be willing to be extremely helpful. Okay, you are not going to win in business if you're not extremely helpful. So have that at the back of your mind. All right. So the right education, you need to understand what works and what doesn't work, because there's a whole lot of bullshit that's on the internet. A lot of bullshit that doesn't work as far as business education is concerned. Okay, a lot of bullshit do not work. So you need to be sure that you are getting the right education. And what we're going to be doing over the next 90 days is to give you the right education. You know, I've sold, I don't know, I've like I said, in the last 1 year, over 5 billion naira worth of products in the last 1 year. Since we started in 2010, to be conservative, we've probably sold anywhere between 25 and 30 billion worth of products. So I believe that I know what works, and I know they work because we implement these things for big multi-million dollar businesses in Nigeria every day. Now, if those things that I know don't work, they will have failed for these guys. These are big companies. These are companies that do billions in profits every month, billions in turnover every year, tens of billions every year in turnover. So it works for them, it's going to work for you. But you need the right education, okay? And that is what we're going to be sharing with you over the next 90 days, okay? One thing you have to be conscious of is to make sure that you vet the education that you find online. There is a whole lot of hack stars, you know, gurus, like I call them. Like now, I don't mean the GURUS kind of guru. I mean the GOOROOS kind of guru, the fake type of gurus. All right, and it's easy for people to come out and say, "Oh, you know what? I can teach you, how to sell online." Yeah, 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 yeah. Bullshit. When you ask them what they have sold online, they're going to show you some 30,000, some cars that that they sell and make 30,000 naira from every year. Oh well, if you want to listen to those people, oh fine and good, all right. But we are the real deal because we're in the field every day. We are not just talking. We're not just talking. We're not just posing. We're not just faking it till we make it. We live it every day. The right tools. So when you have the right attitude and you have the right education, now you need the right tools to make you work faster and work smarter All right. I love Bemi. Bemi is on the group also. Um, she's a tools person. I call her the tools lady. She uses a lot of tools to automate stuff, and that is being smart. Okay, you need to understand how to use the right tools, and you need to be willing to pay for these tools. Okay, a lot of people, and I also had that problem when I got started, are reluctant to pay for the tools that they need. And you tell them, oh, you know what, you're going to need an autoresponder, and they're like, so how much does an autoresponder cost? And you like, it starts from $29 a month, and they're like, oh, no. I can't be spending $29 every month. I can't be spending $29 every month when I've not made money. Duh! You need to spend it so that it will help you make money. You need to. So I'm going to be sharing tools with you over the next 90 days that you are going to need. The ones that I have agency licenses on, which means that I can share them with you for free. I am going to share them with all of you for free as we go along. The ones that I can't share, you have to buy them. Thankfully, they don't cost so much. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing those tools with you, and you had better get those tools if you want your business to work. All right, so and that brings us to the final thing here, which is the right business model. So on the final stage, you need to have or know the right business model, because the right business model is going to show you how to what to do, what kind of business to follow. All right, and the truth is there are so many business models that you can follow online, and I, for one, I do not like to follow a business model that is too easy to go into. That's why I don't run a blog as my business model. I can have a blog because I need some places to put up my articles, but I don't depend on it as my income earner like Linda Ikeji does with her blog. All right, for example, I also don't do freelancing. I don't do a couple of things. All right. So you need to understand that the right business model will make you a lot of money, and you need to be choosing and working with a model that will make you money non-stop. A model that will be around for the next 50 years, for the next 100 years, for the next 1,000 years. You don't want a flash in the pan business model. You don't want a smoke in the mirror model. You don't want something that is here today and has disappeared tomorrow. Okay, you don't want that. You want something that is sustainable, because you're not. You don't want to start a business just for today. You want to start a business that will make you money tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, in next 10 years, and going forward. So you need to work with the right business model. Okay. So before we get into the meat of the whole thing, let me clear up some misconceptions, because I've seen in the post about the challenge yesterday that I put up yesterday, I saw that a number of people were saying, "Oh, you said your idea is going to be an information product, but what I have is a physical product." Please, we've not even started. Hadn't even started the challenge, and you guys are already telling yourself it's not going to work for you. You're already putting up mental roadblocks. And it goes back to what I talked about having the right attitude. Everything that I'm going to teach you in these 90 days will work for any kind of product, whether it is digital or physical. Now, if you have a physical product, simply follow the challenge. Simply follow it if you already have a physical product. Okay, and wait until we get to the point where we start talking about how it affects your physical products business, and then you can now start implementing. You mustn't. No, nothing says that it is not going to work for your business. It is going to work for your business. The important thing is for you to learn and implement. So let's talk about business models. So there are seven types of internet business models. Okay, there are actually eight of them. I didn't include blogging here, but number one is information marketing. Oh my God, I have a lot of mistakes in this slide, so I'm going to change them. I'm going to edit them and share them with you guys later on. Okay, so so eight types of internet and online business models. Number one is information marketing. That's basically where you sell books, ebooks, video courses, audio courses, webinars, live events, like seminars and workshops, or newsletters or membership sites. Then we have affiliate marketing. There are one-tier affiliate marketing programs. There are two-tier affiliate marketing programs. One-tier affiliate marketing programs like promoting products on Amazon, for example, or promoting products on Konga, or promoting products on Jumia, or promoting products on ClickBank. They are called one tier because we only paid on the first level. So what it simply means is that what one tier means is when you sell a product to somebody and they pay you a direct commission. That is one tier. Now the other type is the two tier um, affiliate program. So basically, with two tier affiliate marketing programs, you are paid on two levels. So what it simply means is if you introduce somebody who joins the affiliate marketing platform, you get paid for introducing that person, and when that person now buys the product, you also get paid a commission on that product that that person buys. And you are going to see a lot of this with a lot of the companies we call network marketing companies or MLM companies. You're going to see that a whole lot. Another thing is another kind of affiliate marketing program is CPA affiliate programs. CPA means cost per action. So that's basically where you are selling things like email signups. You're selling things like memberships and so on and so forth. And then of course we have e-commerce, or what we know in Nigeria as mini importation. Okay, so you import physical products and you sell those physical products to end users. And I know that a number of you are already in the e-commerce space. You can follow us along. Okay, as we go over the next 90 days. All right, so then we have software now. We have companies like Envato where people sell their softwares, like places like the Warrior Forum and JVZoo. A number of the people in the Celebrant Society are big time players on JVZoo. You know, then we have apps where we have SaaS apps and we have mobile apps. So SaaS apps are what are known as software as a service. That's what SaaS means. So software as a service apps includes businesses like NairaBet, and then we have mobile apps, of course, just like the apps that you have on your Android phones and your iPhones and all of that. And then, of course, we have consulting. That is like what we do in Digital Nexus Interactive, our consulting company. So that is also a business model that works. And then, of course, we have freelancing, and then we have blogging. Okay, so now all of these models are going to work. All of these models are legit. All of these models are valid. They all have different degrees of difficulty and startup requirements. So The important thing is to go with one that you can start really, really easily, and then, of course, you can transition. So, for example, Otumba Kialabi, my very good friend, was an information marketer. So he was doing number one, and then he got a lot of money from number one, and then he transitioned to doing number five, which is Naira now, and he's become a billionaire doing that. So the important thing is for you to get started. So you get started with one, and you can always transition. So some of you are already doing e-commerce, so you can transition to information marketing, and some of you are already doing information marketing. You can also transition to e-commerce, or you can transition to apps. You can transition to consulting. I was doing information marketing. I transitioned to consulting. Okay, you could do freelancing, you could do software, you could do a whole lot of different things. Okay, so that's it. Don't think that you are locked into one model. You can always transition. You can always pivot, and grow your business bigger and higher. Okay, so right now we run an information marketing business. We also do e-commerce, and then we also do apps. We have an app that is coming up that is already profitable, that is going to be blowing up anytime soon, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to share that with you guys in the coming weeks and months. All right. So the business model I'm going to be focusing on for the next 90 days is information marketing. But like I said, it doesn't matter what your business is, the 90 days challenge is still going to work for you. So with information marketing, we're looking at selling books or ebooks, video, audio courses, webinars, live events, newsletters, on membership sites. Why am I choosing information marketing? It's because number one, it is easy to start. I don't need a lot of money to start it. So I know many of you are coming from a place where you don't have a lot of money to get started. So it is perfect for information marketing. You don't need a lot of money to start selling information. That's number one. Number two, it's easy to test. Okay, so you come up with an information marketing idea, you implement it, it doesn't work, you've not lost a lot of money, so you can always dump it and test something else. Or if you have three ideas, you can test those three ideas out without putting up a lot of money upfront and see which one is getting more traction from your buyers, and then you can drop the other two and then focus on that one. That's two. Number three is that you keep 100% of your profits. And that's one thing that I love about information marketing. So if I have an ebook or a course or I do a webinar and I charge 10,000 naira for it, all of that 10,000 naira is pure profit. All of it is going to be pure profit. Every single kobo of it. That's the one thing that is really, really beautiful about information marketing, that you can keep 100% of your sales cost as profit. Okay, and lastly, it's easy to scale. It's easy to to sell it to 100 people, 1,000 people, 100,000 people, 1,000,000 people. It's easy to scale and sell it to as many people as possible, and and make a lot of money. So I'm going to be telling you about some of the mega info based businesses, because a lot of people tend to look at info marketing as small time business. All of the eight models that I showed you can make you hundreds of millions of naira or dollars, as the case may be. All right, as the case may be, they can make you a lot of money. Okay, so it depends on your implementation. It depends on your hustle. It depends on your style of application. Okay, and how big you want it to grow. All right. So some foreign examples of mega info marketing based businesses. Number one is the University of Liverpool. Now, I'm sure many of you will be surprised. Now, there's actually a real University of Liverpool that is in existence. But when the internet started, they didn't have an online presence. Now, these days, every university in the world has an online presence. They have the online version of their school. So you don't even need to travel to that country. You can actually study online and still get the certificate from the comfort of your home. All right, but back in 2007, many universities, like 99% of universities, did not. They had a website, but they did not have an online platform where people from anywhere could come and join the classes and study and get awarded a degree without necessarily having to travel to the country where the school was based in. So someone came up with the idea. I'm going to find his name and share it later in the group. Someone came up with the idea to take everything that was happening offline in the University of Liverpool and put it online and pay the university a commission. So he sent the proposal to the university. The university said, "Oh well, why not? Let's do it." Because they didn't want to do it themselves because they number one they didn't understand how to implement it. Number two, they didn't think it was going to work. So this man starts the University of Liverpool online. They start heavily advertising it online. In the first 1 year, the online platform for the University of Liverpool made $1 billion in profit. In profit, I don't mean revenue, profit, 1 billion. The university was was flabbergasted, and then they tried to now own it 100%, but the guy had actually signed a 3-year contract with them that he was going to run it for 3 years, so there was nothing they could do. They had to wait until that 3 years elapsed, and then they took it over in 2010, but the guy had made billions and billions of dollars in that space of time. Okay, another company is RSD. RSD is Real Social Dynamics. It's a company that teaches people how to date women. Yes, how to get a girlfriend. That's what RSD does. So they teach you everything about. Check out their site, Real Social Dynamics. Just search for Real Social Dynamics in Google. Check out their site. See the different products that they have. These guys make over $100 million every year selling different courses, different video courses, different live events, different seminars on how to get a girlfriend. Like it's surprising, but it shouldn't be surprising. That's all they do. So check them out. Another guy is Tony Robbins. I'm sure many of you know Tony Robbins, but you know Tony Robbins as a motivational speaker. Well, he's more than a motivational speaker because Tony Robbins is a billionaire in US dollars, of course. He's a billionaire and he runs an info marketing business. He has live events. Then, from his live events that people pay a lot of money for, he now has special group events that he does. Then he writes books that he sells, and then he has a resort where people who come to his events, they also upsell them on visiting his resorts for their weddings, for their vacations. His resort is in Fiji. Okay, he has all these companies that are based around selling information, and every year all his companies together do a turnover of over $3 billion. The guy is a billionaire of selling information. So stop looking at him as just a motivational speaker and start looking at him as a consummate info marketing businessman. Okay, and then another company is Envato. Envato is a membership site where people come and list their products to sell, and then they pay the Envato company a fee every month, a cut of the sale of those products. So and then Envato has all these products and they make all of this money, and they basically take a cut of all the sales that you make. So basically the way it works is if you have a software product, you can list it on Envato, and when somebody buys it, Envato takes a cut, and then Envato also charges you a monthly fee to list your product on their site, and they do tens and tens of millions of dollars every year. Now, coming locally, one of the mega info-based businesses is SADC. Success Attitude Development Center. That is where I got my start in business. They were doing over 100 million naira in their heyday. Okay, things have kind of cooled off a little bit now, but I know there are plans to bounce back and do bigger things. But they were doing over 100 million a year. Another one is Success Power International. If you're very familiar with Success Power International, you will know that it is Pastor Sam Adeyemi's personal company. That is Pastor Sam Adeyemi of Daystar. So his personal company outside of the church is known as Success Power International. I've worked with them. We've created marketing for them. In fact, the first marketing piece says that I did for them did 90 million in 1 week. 90 million naira in profit in 1 week. So we did a whole lot for them since then, and they do incredible amounts of money. So I don't want to share some of the figures, some of the other figures, because I didn't contact them to ask them if I should. Another company that does a whole lot is Love World. If you're a member of BLW or you're a member of Christ Embassy, I'm sure you're familiar with Love World Publications, owned by Pastor Chris Oyekilume. They do billions of naira in sales every year. Selling what? Selling Pastor Chris's DVDs, his audio programs, selling software, selling books. So these are just examples for you to see that these businesses are not just small businesses. Of course, it is up to you to decide how big or small you want it to be. All right. So it's up to you to do that. All right. So what types of information marketing products that you can sell? You can sell books, like I have the Sell Your Brain book, so you can sell books, or you can sell ebooks. Ebooks can be PDF books, they can be Kindle books that you list on Amazon and sell. They could be EPUB books that you list on Barnes and Noble or on ebooks.com to sell. And it could be a video course, just like this challenge. So every day I'm doing a video every day and sharing them with you. Or it could be an audio course. So if you are more attuned to doing audio, I don't personally, I don't like audio courses, so I don't buy them. But I know that a lot of people buy audio courses. So you could do audio courses, you could do webinars. That's where you teach people live online versus offline, or you could do the offline version, which is live events, seminars, workshop, or you could do a newsletter. Right, I'm planning to do a newsletter sometime in the future, and also membership sites just like Envato. All right, so the first thing you do is you need to do you need to start coming up with your ideas, and when you're coming up with your ideas, you need to do what I call a deep dive self survey. So you need to survey yourself. You need to ask yourself, what do I know? What do I really know? What skills do I have? What expertise do I have? What hobbies am I into? What knowledge, specialized knowledge do I have? What do I love doing? And then you need to write it all down. Now, at this stage, you are not trying to you're not leaving anything out. You're not trying to sieve, so to say. You have to write everything down. Whether you think it is a stupid idea, whether you think that thing that you're doing, but with people buy this one, who cares? This is not the time to decide that. Write everything down. Get a sheet of paper, get a pen, write every single thing down. And then you move on to number two. And then you start taking every single idea that you have written down and start running them. You start running them across these parameters that I'm going to be sharing with you now. So the first thing you need to determine for every single idea that you have written down is the solutionability. That's what I call it. Number one, you need to figure out, does that thing does it solve a painful and immediate problem? Does it solve a painful and immediate problem? Because when you're selling information, it is really important that you understand this. because this is a reason why many people don't succeed with information marketing, and then they tell you, oh, it doesn't work. It is because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know. If they knew what they were doing, they would be making they will be doing a whole lot better. Before you choose any idea to sell it as information, you have to ask yourself, does this solve a painful and immediate problem? If it doesn't solve a painful problem that people want to solve immediately, then you discard it. Okay? You discard it. So for example, I'm not going to go and sell an information on how to find a bus from Lekki to Mile 2. Who cares? People can always find a bus by themselves. They can use Google Map. There are a whole lot of things they can do. It doesn't solve a painful and immediate problem. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. But say for example, right? I tell people, okay, I'm going to show you how to sell your product on Instagram. Do you think that a lot of people, especially people who run physical product businesses, people who sell, people who have small businesses, do you think they would want to learn how to sell on Instagram? Of course they would, because many of them try and they fail. So it is a painful problem and they want to solve it immediately. Then the next thing you need to ask yourself is can a physical product be a substitute for information in this case? Okay, so what I mean is if don't sell an information that you know that people can find a physical product for to solve that problem. Don't create information to solve a problem that you know or that you have determined that people can go out and find a physical product that will solve that problem. Don't do that. So I'm going to give you an example. So for example, back in the day when I started, before I figured out all of these things, I was selling an ebook called How to Remove Stretch Marks from Your Body. This was 2006, I think. 2006, yes. So I was selling it 2006, How to Remove Stretch Marks from Your Body. And nobody bought the book. Nobody bought it. But every single email that I got, you know what the email was? They were asking the women that I was advertising to, they were all asking me, is there no cream that you can give us that we can just rub on the stretch marks and make it disappear? It just opened. I was like, wait a minute, wow. They don't want to buy a book and read how to solve how to remove stretch marks, but they are willing to buy a cream, because in their mind, because you have to understand how people think. In their mind, they think that it will be faster to put a cream on this stretch mark and hide it, or even make it fade away than a book. Because in any case, anyway, if they read a book, they still have to do something physical. So why bother reading a book? Why not cut out that part of the process and get to the solution faster? Okay, so you need to be sure that there's no physical product that will be a better substitute for information that you want to sell. Then number three is you need to figure out, are there any cultural or attitudinal bias towards a more widely accepted or conceived solution? Now, what this means is there is there a general way that people think that this solution will be solved? So much so that it doesn't matter what you write, it doesn't matter what kind of information that you create, they're not going to buy it. Or even if they buy it, so very few people are going to buy it, meaning that you are going to struggle. Another example to explain this is also back in the day, I think this was 2009, I think. I was already seeing success. So I was creating a lot of information products. A lot of them were selling. In fact, 80% of my information products were selling. I was making a lot of money. I was making like 300, 400,000 every month selling different information products. So every week I would sell five of these, 10 of that, 15 of those, of the other one. So I was making about 400,000 a month. So I wanted to add one more product. So I decided to sell information on how to get a job to graduates, right? I decided to sell the information on how to get a job to graduates. So I spent time, I did my research, I collected information on how to write a CV, how to write, a cover letter, how to answer questions in interview, likely questions that will come up in your interview. I found people that had been interviewed and asked them what questions they were asked. I got copies of interview questions, and I put everything together and I created these products and I started advertising it to people who were doing their NYSC, people who were graduates, and nobody bought it. Nobody. I was so pumped up. I thought it was going to. I thought that was a product that would make me 10 million naira a month. It made zero. They didn't buy it. So what I started doing was I started asking them why I've been sending you guys these emails about this product. Why are you guys not buying it? And then one guy, I can't remember his name now, he replied and he said, Oga, you can't get a job in Nigeria by reading a book. You only need to have a godfather or know somebody. And I was like, wow. And so what I did was I now did something like a poll. Back then you could do surveys in get response. I was using get response as my autoresponder. So I did a poll and said, guys, how do you think is the best way to get a job in Nigeria? So I sent out that email and more than 90%, I had three options. I said, have a godfather or know somebody. Number two, study a book about how to get a job, how to apply for and get a job. Number three, do nothing. 90% of the responses chose option number one, which is have a godfather or know somebody. I was like, whoa. So, you know, and it began to dawn on me that that is actually how people think. It was actually a cultural bias. It was actually an attitudinal bias. People actually in Nigeria actually believe that the only way you're going to get a job in Nigeria is you either know somebody on the inside or have a godfather. And like majority of Nigerians believe it, and they are not changing their mind anytime soon. So because they believe that when you advertise a product to them around it, they're going to be like, nah, I beg, this is not going to work. It's not going to work. No need to waste my money. So once I understood that, I just knew that that was a no-go area. So I stopped bothering myself and stopped selling it. Okay, so the next thing you need to understand is, can it be explained in a step-by-step format? Is it easy to explain? Because you need to be able to explain when you're selling information. Remember, you have to have one thing in mind. People don't want to read. People don't want to sit down and spend hours of their lives reading your book. They don't want to spend hours of their lives watching your video course. They don't want to spend hours of their lives listening to your audio. They don't want to come and spend their entire Saturday at your seminar sitting down and listening to you instead of going to an owambe and eating rice. So you need to be able to explain your solution in a step-by-step format. Okay, this is what to do. Do this first, then do this second, then do this third, then do this fourth. You know, doesn't matter whether all this explanation is only 2 pages, they are going to buy it. The shorter it is, even, I think, the better. Then finally, is it easy to deliver? Is your solution easy to deliver to the person who buys it? Is it easy for you to deliver them? Can they easily use it? Is it easy for them to use? Okay. And then we have the next one, which is reachability. How easy is it to reach your target market for the product idea? Because if you have a product idea, you already have a target market. If you have a target market in mind, so how easy is it for you to reach? Are they reachable? And how cheap is it to reach the target market? How easy it is? Do they? Where do they? Are they? Can you easily find people like that? People, a lot of people who will most likely buy that product, and how cheap can you reach them? Very, very important that you find out that. So as we go along, all these things are going to come up, and I'm going to be explaining them from further. Then then you also need to look at scalability of your idea. Will there be a never-ending supply of customers for this idea? Because you don't want to write a product, you don't want to sell information that you can sell to only 500 people and then your market has finished. You don't want to create information that you can sell to only 10 people and then the market finishes. You want to make sure that there will be a never-ending supply of customers who will buy your information. And then the next thing is, are there multiple places you can advertise the product if you create it? Where can you advertise it? Can you put it on Google? Can you put it on Facebook? Can you put it on blogs? Can you put it on a pop-up ad sites? Can you put it offline? Can you do flyers? Are there multiple places you can advertise this product when you create it? And then profitability. Can you make a lot of money realistically selling to this audience? Is that audience willing to pay? Are they willing to pay for information? Are they buying similar things? So for example, I know that people who go to Pastor Sam Adeyemi's church, to Reverend Sam Adeyemi's church, or Pastor Chris Oyakhilom's church, they're going to buy business related information. People who go to Winners Chapel are going to buy business related information. People who go to MFM may not buy business related information. But if you sell them something on how to kill their enemies, they are going to buy it. Right? Right? Right. Okay, so you need to be sure that you can make a lot of money realistically selling to that audience. And then the next thing you also need to know, can you create more products that you can sell to that audience in the future? Because you don't want to be a business that has only one product. You need to be sure that you can create similar products, auxiliary products, supporting products that these people will buy, because that's the only way you're going to make more money and increase your profitability and grow your business. All right. So for this challenge, I have three ideas, right? So my three ideas is: one, I want to write a book targeting single women that would, a book that would teach them how to get their current boyfriend who has been dilly-dallying and wasting their time all these years. You know, if they already have one, or if they don't have one, how to get a guy who will commit to them and marry them. That's one. I've always wanted to write this. I've never had the time. I've had this idea to write this book since 2010. So, and then the number two idea I have is a six week marketing course for small and medium scale business owners for selling online. How to sell on Facebook, how to sell on Instagram, how to basically sell. So the same thing that we do for our big company clients, we want to distill it. I want to distill it into 6 weeks, into a 6 week course, and sell it to medium and small scale business owners. And then my third idea is to create a membership site for Sell Your Brain for members of the Celebrant Society, for Celebrant Society members. So these are the three ideas that I currently have. So I'm going to be researching these ideas, and I'm going to be using all of these parameters that I talked about earlier, and I'm going to finally settle on one of them and choose that one, and then start working on that one. And that is what we are going to do in the next video, which is tomorrow's video. So I'm going to be looking at these three ideas that I just shared with you. I'm going to be running these ideas across those parameters that I have checked. That will be tomorrow's video, and you can see how I do that with each of these ideas, how I map it out, and how I make it work. So, well, thank you for watching today's video. We have come to the end of today's video, and I hope you liked it. Tomorrow is going to be interesting. If you like today, tomorrow is going to be a whole lot better. All right. So thank you for joining me on this challenge, day one. Tomorrow is day two. And please make sure you watch this video, because it's going to be immediately we post it. We're clocking the time, and we're going to delete it and post a new one in 24 hours. So go watch it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.